Alright, if we can put all of our books away, please, put everything up from your desk. James, did you teach? Is he good? Luke? Jess? Alright. You guys will give me your full attention. We're going to be going on math. Okay? What have we been talking about? What did we start the other day in math? Somebody else. Ben. Multiplication. What does multiplication mean? What does it mean? Tell me what it means to multiply.
To add numbers more times than
Yeah, kind of repeatedly, right? So if we're going to do that, what are the ways that we talked about that we can organize those? How can we organize our multiplication into, Dalton, what's one way? An array. What does that look like, Dalton?
8 times 3, 3 rows of 3.
Okay, so 3 times 3 would have 3 rows of 3, right? Just like that. Okay, what's another way? Yeah, Luke.
Multiplication table.
Okay, we could use our multiplication table, right? That's one way that we could do it. Caitlin? Math fact. Okay, so our fact's just doing like this, right? And we could just go through it. 3 times 3 equals what? 9. All right. Okay, so our facts. What was the other, Ezekiel? What's groups, right? Groups. Okay, so
3 times 3 would be 3 groups of 3s.
so equal, right? That's what we're looking for, is these equal groups, right?
Count. Well, 3, 6, 9. 2 times 3 equals 9.
Right, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead really quick and show you. We're going to use some of these blocks, some of our base 10 blocks. All right. So we just talked about that here on. We look on the Elmo. Okay. Henry has 10 blocks. 10 books in 5 different baskets. How many books does Henry have? Okay, so what's one strategy we can go with? Who wants to? Mark, what strategy you want to go with? An array. Okay, so what would that look like? We'd start with how many books up top? Or how many groups would we have? Okay, we can either do 10 groups of what? Okay, does anybody have any questions? Jack? Okay.
I don't get what I'm doing.
We're doing 2 different strategies. Just like we did, we have which strategies? What are our strategies? We have one that's what? An array, right? Remember our array? That made up. And then we had facts. We had our groups, yeah? Which are what? Yes. So if we have 5 friends and they each got 3 brownies, how many groups should we have? We have 5 people, but let's make our groups. How many groups are we going to have? If we have 5 people, how many groups? If I put 5 of you guys up here in a line and I gave you each 3 brownies, how many groups do I have? How many groups? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 groups, right? Because 5 people. How many brownies would each of you have? 3. So how many brownies need to go in each group? if we made one group, yep. So we made our one group here. That's one group. How many brownies go in there? 3. Now how many groups do we have? Remember how many groups total? Huh? How many groups? Not how many brownies, how many groups? We have 5 friends, 3 brownies. Alright, when you partnered up with your friends, class? Alright, how did you guys do? Good. Awesome. So, who struggled? Who was still a little confused, or was everybody on top of kind of that part of our groups or our arrays? Who used an array? Raise your hand. Okay. Who used groups? Equal groups. Who used repeated addition? Okay. What was the other one? Did anybody just use the facts? Straight up facts, old school facts. Yeah. In that we kind of do the facts, right? With anything that we do, we basically do our facts, right? Okay, so we're gonna hop on really quick to the next quick thing. All right. Who wants to come up really quick on the Elmo and show me what they did? Come on, up here. And we're gonna show everybody what you did.
Okay. Well, and
That's okay. Awesome. Come show me what you did. Show us what you did. Actually, I will turn the light on. You take one of those strategies and show us what you did, Emma. Hey, class. Please give Emma your full attention. She is who is speaking now. Show us what you did, Emma. Show us one strategy. Left or right?
I did repeated addition.
So what did you do? You had how many brownies there? You're showing me how many brownies and how many groups on the right. Okay, here. Look, I'm gonna help you out. How many groups did we have? We had 1, 2, 3,
We had
5 groups. With how many brownies? 3, which made how many total? What's your total?
15.
15. Awesome. Great job. All right. Take the back. You did awesome. What are you talking about? You did a great job. Thank you. Hey, give Emma a hand. It takes guts to get up and do that. All right. Next, we're going to go over this really quick here. This is another way that we're going to look at this and figure out. We're kind of going backwards from where before. What have we been doing? We've been getting a number, right? We've been getting 7 times 3, right? Is what? And then we build our array, right? Or we do our groups. Okay, this one is a little different. We're being given our groups. What are we going to do? What do you think? All right, what do you think we're going to do here?
Write the time.
Yeah, so we're going to take, and this is, I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was trying to kind of relate it back to your real life. And it's hard because as adults, Mrs. Heshman and I, Mrs. Rooks, Ms. Tammy, we see all these things we do every day, and we go, we use multiplication all day long. And it's hard to get that back to you guys. Okay, but I was trying to think of certain ways that I've seen things where we've done this. So, who likes soda? Shouldn't stop. It's terrible for you. It's bad. No, it's delicious, right? But okay, so I was thinking, one time when I worked a summer for the school that I was going to in high school, I had to count all of the soda. I had to take what's called an inventory of all the sodas. And think if I would have gone through this and had a whole, there was hundreds of soda bottles, okay? And I would have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? I would have gone, who wants to do that? You want to do that? What if you had a birthday party that you had to go to, or you wanted to go to, but you had to finish this first? Do you want to do it that slow? No. So again, this is where this comes in, that we can, in our repeated addition, right? We're repeating addition, right, Mari? And then we're multiplying. We can take, instead, we can go just like this, just like our array is showing, just like our groups are showing. This is an array, right? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm going to put it on the other one, sorry. How many, in our array, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have our array right there. One way is 8, right? Do we see that? Does that make sense how we're building our array? or coming off of our array to build our multiplication problem. Now, how many down do we have? Abby, how many down? What's the second part here of this problem right here, this array?
Did you say Abby or Abby?
Abby, sorry. We have 1,
2,
3, right? So, what is that? 8 times 3, okay? So, could we have gone through and said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10, right? So, you know, we call that is a dime. 10 cent piece of dime, okay?
Get locked on 20.
So it's a dime or 10 cents, okay? So how many of these will make a dollar?
Oh. Ezekiel, I heard that standing around, you need to get where you need to go and get busy because that group back there needs to be
So
very.
we have 10 of these, 10 times 10.
Do you have enough for just one per group? Okay.
Yeah. Or I want it like
30 cents.
Oh,
How much now? Right now. How much now? Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these and we're gonna build this out on our sheet here. If we look at number 1, here, you can, that's up to page 21, which way? Alright, feel free to look at it. I thought we were I do.
I woke up very early in the other days, but now I woke up a little late.
Today.
And I feel so good.
Okay, here we go. Let's look. What's that next? What is the next? Well, let's take the first one. Ethan, what does this say? 2 dimes, which is represented here how? With what? What are those 2 dimes, right? It's showing us 2 10-cent pieces, right? And then so it's doing 2 times 10 cents equals what? 1 cents. Okay, so let's build the next one. Have you build the next one on your paper? Show me that. Show me. Build the next number here. What's the next problem we have? Build that out with your pieces. Show me. Use your coins. Okay, awesome. Good job. Now draw it out and then we're gonna do the multiplication there. Where it's here. There you go. Move them like that and draw it out. There you go. Awesome. So now, good job. We're gonna draw that out now. Just like here, we're gonna draw how many we need. Go ahead and put 10 there. Put 10C in there. 10, so you know what you got. That's what we did. There you go. It's gonna go the other way around. It comes up. There you go. Times what?
Yeah.
Money for his birthday and I already have $40.
Hold on, be in line, saving up a little bit, saving some of it.
My aunt sent me.
Times, is it times just 10 or what is it multiplied by? 10. See, you'll see that because when we're dealing with money, we normally need to put, are we adding or are we multiplying? Well, remember we're doing repeated addition, which is multiplication. We're gonna do repeated addition, so because we don't wanna do, what we would do here is, remember Ethan, 10 plus 10, so if we're gonna do that, but now we're doing 10 4 times. So let's do 4 times 10.
Put it like this.
There we go. Awesome. Remember, let's put a C in there so that we know we're talking about money. Hi, my name is Josh Griffiths. In the Fort Hays State student teaching program right now for elementary education. I'm just did my first lesson, and this is my reflection based off of the classroom management. When working in there so far in the class, I know that there's certain students that I'm going to have to manage a little bit stricter than other students. There's definitely the kids who love to talk the whole time, have a statement for everything.
have a question, have a story, all of that. So I went into my lesson knowing that with a few different students, and in that went in with the plan of trying to make sure that what they had to say in response would need to be quick, would need to be not a story based off of something that they had seen so far in their life or anything like that. Just knowing that that can draw things out, and which is a great thing if we had the time. Unfortunately, we just don't have the time to let them draw things out and tell stories about their entire past. So with that, yeah, just taking the time to see what's available, what time is available. If it's in the moment of trying to switch something up to a different activity, is there time to go ahead and have that student share something really quick, or is it in the middle of something where we're in the middle of the lesson and it has no pertinence to any information that we're covering, and may throw other students off. So went through that, trying to definitely find that out before, trying to see who was a student that I could allow to say something, who was a student I wasn't allowed to say something, which students I really needed to quickly shut down their conversation or encourage it for another time. I think that in doing the classroom management, a big part I would say is not even handling so much the issues of certain students talking or not paying attention or whatever. It was really trying to manage the students who aren't as involved. When you have so many students that raise their hand every time with an answer, they have got the answer ready, and before you even ask who can tell me what this is or who's got an answer for this problem, there's those students that already have their hands up ready to answer your question. And so finding those students who aren't there, the students who are going to hold back if they don't know what's going on, the students who are going to try to shy away and be off in the background. So the management of that was a very large part that I saw in my first lesson, of forgetting some of those students off in the background, and having to all of a sudden go and say to them, oh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot to come over and help you, or see where you were at, and try to check on them. So in terms of things that I would change, I would definitely think that that classroom management side of really seeing those students who do try to hide in the back, that are going to not be saying anything, that aren't going to raise their hand, really trying to see those students, pull them out, draw them out, find opportunities, make sure that my questions are geared towards some of those students. Maybe easier questions to encourage them to draw themselves out, because some of them just don't know the answer to some of the harder questions. So that was a big thing that I think I realized, and really just the management of the entire class, really finding the time to allow them to be students, to be elementary school students, and giving them that opportunity in a good structure, to allow them to have the freedom of getting up and doing certain things, or working together in groups, getting them away from just sitting at their desk filling something out, and getting to a point where they could manage their time in a group and be able to help them work through that and learn to manage that and work through that. So thank you.